Beginning our third round, Mr. Barrett, you have the floor for 5 minutes.
Mr. Rupe, the Treasury Board should know how many government employees are also double dipping with federal government contracts. So how many employees meet that criteria?
Sorry, sir. You mean within Treasury Board, or you mean
that work for the government?
Government-wide? I don't have that information right now. I don't know.
Will you provide that to the committee?
I could see what's in the art of the possible. Like I say, I'd have to talk to my colleague, who's the Chief Human Risk Officer for the Government of Canada. We're digging our own information, obviously, so we would have to see what.
So you'll undertake to provide that information?
I'll undertake to see what's in the art of the possible there and get back to the committee with the possibilities of what we could report.
So instead of getting back to us with the possibilities, can you get back to us with what you find?
I could definitely try to do that, yeah.
So that's a yes?
We will get back to the committee with what we actually find.
Sir, it's a very simple question.
Yeah,
will you
we will
provide
come back with what we find.
You'll come back with what you find?
Fine.
Yes, I understood it as a yes, so thank you very much.
Okay,
yes,
so that's an undertaking to provide the information that was requested. Okay.
Correct.
We find.
Yes.
If we find we have issues doing it, that's what we found, we will let the committee know.
No, sir. No, sir.
No, that's all I could.
What you've just said is that you're going to provide us with the information. You're not going to provide us with information about the information you can provide us. So you said before to Mr. Genuis that you were being forthcoming. Yeah. The only thing that's been forthcoming is each time we ask the same question multiple times, we get more information each time that we ask it. So you're either being transparent or you're not. You've made an undertaking to the committee that has been well received by the chair that you will provide the information. So that's not a question I'm looking for a response. That is a statement of fact.
I'm trying to be honest here.
Yeah. So, and I'm trying to be honest with you that the assurance that you're giving is that you are not being forthcoming. You came to the committee today. You knew that this was an issue, that we have government employees who are double dipping, getting contracts from from the government. This is absolutely unacceptable. It strains the bounds of public confidence when the government says, "Yep, we hired many orders of magnitude more public servants than we've ever had, but we don't have the capabilities to do the work that we need to do. So we're going to outsource that work, and we're going to outsource it to the tune of millions of dollars to people who already work for the federal government." That's why you're going to provide the information.
We will come back with what we find.
Thank you very much. Ms. Hogan, did it raise any red flags during your investigation that Mr. Yeo of Dalian was a government employee? Is that something that was detected by your office?
So no, because the Department of National Defense was not part of the ArriveCAN app. But I guess what I could link to our findings is that as we talked about when it comes to disclosure around invitations and gifts, there are rules here around disclosures when a public servant might enter into an arrangement that has other employment income coming their way. And this is a place where disclosure is essential so that a supervisor can assess if the demand might be incompatible with a public servant's job, whether that it may have an impact on their ability to carry out their duties in an objective and fair manner. So what I can tell you is I know that it happens in the government. The disclosure is maybe not always happening, and when the disclosure happens, you can take the measures that you need. I can tell you that it's happened in my organization in the past where disclosure happened and we were fine with it, but there's been recent incidents where disclosure did not happen and we had to take action. So this is happening. I'm just not sure the Comptroller General will actually be able to come with a big comprehensive list because it starts with awareness of the public service, disclosure to supervisors, and then action and documentation being taken.
Yeah, for sure. Who is responsible for hiring Mindone as CTO, the Chief Technology Officer for Canada? Who would be responsible for that?
I'll take that question, given that I'm the CIO. Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the question. I would assume the person responsible would have been the CIO.
Okay, and would you know? So who was that?
At the time, it would have been Catherine Lello. Okay,
and would you know if there was a recommendation for Mr. Doan to that position?
Unfortunately, no, I wouldn't know that answer.
Is his involvement in ArriveCAN, was it known to the Treasury Board Secretariat at the time?
At the time that he was hired? Would he?
Yes.
At the time that he was hired, would the secretary have known? They would have known that he would have been the chief information officer, I believe, of CBSA. So I would have to say that the answer would be yes.
And that is your time, Mr. Barrett.